Welcome back, beautiful people. It is great to have you here with me today for a very new episode. I think that I'm going to start by having a nice little intro before each of these episodes. You could just hear, a minute or so straight from the host himself. Just a little bit of chit chat, letting you guys know that I'm very grateful for you and I'm very grateful for this platform and I'm very grateful for these conversations, and I am very humbled to be able to listen to people's stories and possibly apply some life lessons to myself, and hopefully there's some things that you can take away for yourself as well. This is a very non-judgmental space. If you are interested in potentially having a conversation here, you can always feel free to message me, however, and I'm sure that if you're watching, you know the person who's been on, and feel free to ask them or just feel free to hit me up. But I'm very grateful for this space, and I'm very centered and at peace, especially after I do these. I feel good. I've been working out a lot. I'm just in the right gear, guys. One day at a time, trying to find ways to level up in life. That's all it is. That's all we can do, one day at a time. But with that said, this episode is sponsored by... No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. That would have been awesome, right? Maybe one day. Yeah, if I could have freaking sponsors, man. Maybe talk about some Manscaped. That would be hilarious. But in due time. But I would like to introduce to you my next guest. She's an incredible dancer for your CCSU Blue Devils. She's a captain for the dance team. Incredible mind, incredible spirit. The one and only Miss Meghan Cooney. I hope you enjoy. What brought you to Central of all places? Of all places you could have gone in this country, what brought you to CCSU? No, I'm kidding. Yeah, like I want to know, but
Um, to be quite honest, I didn't want to go far for school. I was a homebody. Like, I wanted to commute if I could, but my mom really pushed me because she had an awesome time at college and she wanted that for me.
Where did she go?
She went to Assumption in Massachusetts.
Word.
Um, but it was also the dance team. Like, I knew I wanted to keep dancing in college. And a family friend had gone to Central and she was like, yeah, their dance team is good. So it was a close option and it had what I wanted. So
And what other potential colleges could you have gone to, if you care to share?
I applied to Western New England, Springfield, Eastern, I think. There was a couple others, but they were around the general area.
Do you ever imagine what life would have been like if you went to one of those other schools?
I think about it.
Yeah?
Like, I don't know. I don't regret coming to Central because I like
not.
built like a lot for myself there.
Yeah.
But like, I think now that I've grown and like discovered myself more at school, I think I could have gone farther. But at the time I like made the decision like to go to a school, I couldn't have.
Right.
So.
How much character development would you say you've gone at Central?
Oh, so much.
Yeah?
So much.
If the high school version of you were to look at you now, do you think she'd be scared? Do you think she'd be like, whoa, like, this is great?
I think she'd be like really proud.
Yeah?
Like, I just didn't know myself in high school. Like,
Why do you think that was?
I don't know. I didn't, not to say I didn't fit in, but I didn't know where I wanted to fit in. Like, I just was a unique person.
Yeah.
I was just like myself, but like I didn't know who that was. So I didn't put myself in any kind of category, and I think I just felt out of place because of it. And I didn't know where like Megan like went until I feel like I got to college and I made so many like different groups of friends that like I felt like in place with. That makes sense?
Do you feel like because you've always been a dancer, have you always been a dancer?
Yeah.
Do you feel like because you've always been that's what you've put your identity to?
Yeah.
And it's
100%.
like, if I didn't have dance, what am I?
100%. And I think that's what took me to Central. Like, that's what took me to college.
Yeah.
And then, like, that just helped me branch out and find so many other things that were me. Like, now I don't think of myself as, like, oh, I came to school for dance. Like, I'm doing so many other things that just kind of worked
For
out.
the people that don't know, do you care to share what your major is?
Yeah, so I'm a double major in business management and marketing.
And what made you want to pick that?
To be honest, I don't know.
Hey,
Like, it was just
no
like,
judgment here.
my parents are both like business. That's what they did, and so did my older brother. So I don't know. It kind of just made sense. I didn't really have an interest in anything else.
If someone were to ask you what your dream job would be, would you have an answer for that?
No, I used to like really want to go into like sports marketing, but I feel like I would have had to take a whole different route for that, and it's like too late. But I mean,
it's never too late. You never know.
Yeah.
Just meet one person walking down the street, and then boom,
yeah,
you're working for the New England Patriots.
ideally.
Yeah, I don't like the Patriots. She does, not me, but it's whatever. It's yeah. This is not a Patriot friendly area, at least here. Nah, but yeah, it's very interesting to see and talk to everyone that's in our age range, and some of them some people have it figured out. Some people like me still have no clue. I mean, I'm a comm major. I talk to people, but that's, who knows where that goes. But
Right.
yeah, what? So let's say you graduate college. Do you feel like a part of you is gonna struggle to disassociate from dance? Are you still gonna dance? How is that gonna work?
I
You think
go
you
back
get the
and
itch?
forth. I go back and forth all the time because, like, I love dance in school. Like, as much as I love it, like, part of me would be ready to just be done. Like, okay, like, I'm at peace with it. But the other half of me is like, I still, like, this is the best I've ever been. Like, I still have potential. And it's, like, harder for, like, dancers, I feel like, to continue after school, whether it is, like, other sports.
Yeah.
But part of me, like, wants to explore other options, whether that's, like, professional dancing, NFL,
Really?
or, like, NBA. Like, a lot of
That's
people I
sick.
know have gone on to try out for those teams.
Is that something that interests you?
I think so. Like, I still haven't, like, decided,
Yeah.
but it's an option.
You should. Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
True.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Because another thing is, wouldn't dance play a big part in being motivated to stay fit or just go to the gym?
100%.
Yeah. It's like, I got to be at my A game. And let's say you didn't have that. I don't want to say you still, or someone like you still wouldn't work out, but wouldn't that
No, yeah.
kind of kill your vibe?
It does scare me sometimes, like, not having dance.
Yeah.
Because I do feel like I can slack off sometimes because I'm practicing all the time. So I'm
Right.
like, okay, like, I don't need to, like, go to the gym today. But if I didn't have that, I'd have to be kind of harder on myself.
What's someone that doesn't really know dance like that, and they just see you guys at a game and you're doing all your routines, you're doing everything that you normally do? What's something that someone that doesn't know anything about it, like a not a secret, but it's not what you think it is? So let's say, like, yeah, like we all like look at it, but like we put in a lot of hard ass work that like you don't see behind the scenes. Like, what is, like, I don't want to say a con to dancing, but what's something about dance that like makes it really hard that not many people know about? Yeah, I think that sounded right.
I feel like it is hard, and not a lot of people see it, but I'm not going to be like, oh my God, it's so much harder, like, and you don't see it. But,
Yeah.
like, if you think of any other sport, like basketball, you're trying to get basketball into a hoop, or like football, you're trying to get a touchdown. Like, dancing is like just your body. Like, you have to like train your body like to do certain things, or it's not you're throwing a ball, which obviously, like, don't get me wrong, like, that is hard and you train for that, but like
Right.
you're literally just working on your body like 24/7, and that takes like a toll on your body.
Well, I'm sure it does.
And like it just gets really hard sometimes, and I don't think like people quite like understand. And that's the difference between like college dance and like studio dance.
Right.
Like, college dance is way more like grueling,
Way
like,
more intense.
yeah.
But what makes it that? Is it because you do a lot more complex, would you say routine? Is that what you would say? What would you call it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a routine.
Is it because everything's way more complex?
That's like, so we are like division or whatever is UDA, like the Universal Dance Association. So that's what all like the schools dance under. So it's either UDA or NDA, but we're in UDA school. So we go to a UDA competition. So like,
Is that what you guys, what we always see whenever you go to those
Yeah.
that's what those are?
so that's run by UDA.
Gotcha.
And they like everything to be so synchronous. Like, if you are not, like, literal dancing robots and you look like the exact person next to you, like, docked points.
That's
like, it doesn't matter.
How do you even notice that?
It, like, they're so, like,
Were those
so
people
meticulous.
even former dancers? What makes them get the right?
Usually.
Yeah?
But it's insane. Like,
that is wild.
It's hard, especially because everyone, like, grew up in different, like, studios learning different styles. So, like, the girl next to me, like, has such good, like, hip-hop style, but she has to cut it back so we all look the same.
So some people have to tone it down.
Right, and some people have to amp it up.
Wow.
To, like, get a, like,
so how do you
rounds.
get everyone on the same page? As if it's, like, one constant
We'll hold
wave.
a position, like, say it's just having your arm up, we'll hold it for 10 minutes
No
until
way.
everyone's looks the exact same.
Are you
And
serious?
that's how we clean a routine, like, count by count. Like, a 2-minute routine, we break everything down into 8 counts. It, like, the one count, like, will take us 20 minutes. To get through a full 8 count of dance, it could take up to an hour out of a 2-minute routine.
Yeah, that sounds like something you really got to have a passion for. What made you always want to be a dancer? Or how did you even get into dance to begin with?
I just, like, that's all I've ever known. Like, my parents put me in it at 3 years old. So,
Did
like,
you do, like, ballet and stuff?
Yeah, ballet, tap, like.
Gotcha.
I'm not a ballet dancer. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Gotcha.
I was never a huge fan, but it's all I really know. I tried to branch out and do other things, but, like, dance kind of always trumped everything else.
Has a part of you ever felt insecure to have a lot of people look at you whenever you... Yeah.
100%.
But yeah, like, that's got to be a weird world of you're super confident because you want to be a dancer. So you want to be looked at as this, like, wow, look at them go. But at the same time, it's like, whoa, at the same, like, people are looking at me.
That's where a lot of the issues in the dance world stem from. Because, like, from
makes sense.
Most girls at, like, 3 years old, you're shoved in front of a mirror your whole life. Like, compared to all these girls next to you. I didn't think about that. Like, you're constantly being compared to the girl next to you. Like, dance is not as much of a team, like, sport as, like, any other sport. Football, basketball. Like, you're basically competing against one another your whole life. So then trying to put them all on a team, it's...
So would you say it's... Because I don't want to say it because I feel like that would sound bad, but... Just dance, would you say it's a team, but it's a team of individuals rather than a team of a collective?
Right. And I think that's why, like, college dance is tricky because you're taking a bunch of individuals from different backgrounds and trying to make them into, like, one cohesive dancer. Like, that's the hard part.
And you're a captain now.
Yeah.
So how does someone with that title, isn't it up to you to, like, rein in everyone together, at least have a big part in that?
Yeah, I mean... Definitely, like, helping everyone out with that, but I like to leave that more to the coaches, because I think as a captain, like, the job is to kind of, like, be the voice for the team in, like, other respects.
Would you say you're a vocal leader or a lead by example type of person?
I'd say a little bit of both. Definitely this year so far has tested, like, how I lead.
Yeah.
It's been cool to, like, figure out, like, what works and what doesn't.
Right.
And I think it's going pretty well. It's kind of like... I like to be there, but I like to give everyone else autonomy too because that's what I liked.
Great word. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, giving everyone their own source of freedom, but, like, also being a voice, I think is the biggest thing.
What do you do for, like, team bonding normally or aside from practice itself? Because it doesn't matter where you go, whatever sport it is, everyone has an ego.
Yeah.
Everyone has, like, oh, wow, they're good, but I can be better. You know, like, you're going to get that in everywhere you go. On any team. How do you, I don't want to say, like, silence any egos, but how do you truly get people to buy in? At least from your aspect. It doesn't even need to be from this year, like, as you as a captain. Just in general from what you've experienced. What do you think it looks like, ideally?
Well, this
for,
year,
like, a healthy, good
this year's been really great
team.
So far. Like, like you say that, like, everyone could have different personalities and stuff, but, like, when you're together just as a team, like, not thinking about dance, like, we're the silliest, goofiest team, like, ever.
Gotcha.
Like, you'll never catch us, like, not laughing. Like, our version of team bonding is, like, going to Chili's and getting a dessert. Like, that's just what's fun to us. So, like, it's really cool. It's also, like, it just gives you a group of friends without, like, having to go out in college and make some, you know? Like, they're your friends. They're your sisters.
What are some other things in your life that you've done besides dance that you've really had a passion for? If any.
I don't know.
Like, you ever been like a drawer or painter? You ever been?
I used to like to do crafts and stuff.
Yeah.
I would paint like the back of denim jackets. Like I painted ones for the entire team, like the school's logo or whatever.
Oh, that's dope.
Like I've had little things like here and there, but I've never
Yeah.
been like super fixated on something like I have dance.
Right. So let's say it's the off season, and let's say you just want to get away from dance. What do you do? What do you try to do, if anything? It's okay if it's nothing. Just watch movies and stuff. That's what I do.
I just hang out with friends.
Yeah.
Watch movies.
Yeah.
I like to, if it's in the winter, I go skiing sometimes.
Do you think, as a dancer, that I know some people think like this. I'm not saying everyone, but maybe they'll think, "Oh, she's a dancer. She's one of those girls." Do you know what I'm trying to say?
There's a
like,
stigma. 100%.
Like there's no way she would talk to me. Like I'm probably beneath her, or like she's probably an asshole.
Right.
She's a dancer.
That's exactly how it is.
Yeah.
And like I hate that.
You want to debunk that? You could debunk it right here.
Like, I don't know about debunking
right.
it, but like I don't like.
Yeah.
But I don't like that stigma because it's like what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like just because I like dance, I get it. Like that's how we're viewed, but like it just sucks because like we're like the most friendly group of people, and like we just want to be friendly. You know what I'm saying?
What'd you say on campus? You guys are the friendliest group on campus.
Oh, I don't know. Like
You think you're up there?
we're like. I don't know. We're like. I don't want to like say anything.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to.
Like we're very like funny with each other. Like those girls are my best
you guys
friends.
are chill.
We are like.
Yeah.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
We're pretty positive.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to like you said about the mirror thing. If you're a kid growing up and you're always looking at yourself and comparing yourself to other people, not trying to make it sound toxic in a way, but like you are always trying to be like the best version of yourself.
Right.
I think that can intimidate the shit out of somebody. Like can't even figure their own shit out.
Yeah.
And here you are pop, locking, and dropping. And someone's like, what the fuck? And you just walk into a room. Like, have you ever felt, and I love whenever I ask people this, and you can be truthful here. Like, this could be, like,
Okay.
I'm not going to judge your response because some people have said yes. But have you felt, whether it's in college or high school, where you've walked down a hall into a classroom and, like, people were like, whoa, like, I better not talk to her. Like, have you felt that?
I felt that.
Where you're not like they know like Megan's in the room, like they know you're around, not like you're like and not to disrespect anybody like an NPC or like, you know, just a side character. You know, you give off that main character energy.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes, but like I also feel that towards other people. You know, like I see like some people on the sports teams. I'm like, whoa, I know who that is. Like so
it's pretty cool at Central.
I've had people come up to me like, aren't you on the dance team? Like,
really?
It's like only a couple times, but like. I know it's there, but, like, I don't really feel any type of way because of it.
Yeah. So, like, in classes, do you feel that it's been easy or hard or just fine when it comes to talking to other students on campus?
I mean, I think it's pretty easy. In class, I kind of keep to myself.
Yeah.
I'm not a great, like, group project worker. Like,
really?
When I'm in class, I just like to get it done myself.
Yeah.
But, like, in other aspects, like, dance, working at the rec, like other things.
Shout out
like
the rec.
I love shout out to rec.
Yeah.
I love like working with other people, but in class, like I kind of just.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I'm very like meticulous about my schoolwork, and like.
You think you just carry yourself so well? You're like, I don't really need the
not
help.
that I just like don't like depending on other people for my grade, if that makes
sense. Yeah. Nah, I get that. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't want to depend on me. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, that's funny. Nah, I really feel that. So, how many years or how much more time do you have left at Central?
This is my last year.
Yeah?
I'm a senior, so 2 semesters left.
So, done in the spring?
Set to graduate on time.
Yeah, I'm done in the fall. This is it for me. The last dance. Here we go. Nah, but it'll be fun. I think, so I'm a semester ahead of you in that sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and one of my buddies who just graduated, so last semester was obviously his last semester, but I had the year left like you.
Mm-hmm.
It was really night and day for the way he just went all out on his final semester when it came to just trying to introduce himself to people, going to all these sporting events on campus or like whatever it is, like really just trying to like get it all in, like going to the bar on Thursdays, whatever it is. Like he really just tried to like live it up, and I was like, wow, like you really are on a last hurrah type of thing. And I was like trying to like match that, but I just couldn't.
You're not gonna do that this semester?
I mean, we'll see. You never know. I mean, I can't do anything really till October if I were to, because of the challenge I've been doing. I'm on day 17 now, by the way. If you know, you know. But yeah, I'd have to wait till October to really like have any fun.
Right.
I mean, I can have fun just chilling, talking to somebody, in the rec. Like, yeah, I'm a boring person. But yeah, I think you personally will really find, like you talked about finding yourself over your tenure at Central. I think starting now, especially now that you're in a higher role when it comes to dance and everything, like this is really gonna test who you are. I think you're gonna find a lot about yourself in terms of what you like, what you don't like, what's meant for you, what's not.
Yeah.
Who you can, who you'd like to associate more in your life versus who you wouldn't. There's just a whole thing, and it's like a book. You go chapter by chapter, just finding things out one page at a time. Yeah. It's interesting because when did you come to Central? 2020.
Yeah, fall of 2020.
We're gonna talk about that. But yeah, for someone that came in the fall of 2019 and seen everything all the way up to this point, it's kind of we're already in 2023. Just think about that for a sec. That's kind of wild.
It is crazy.
So, you came in the fall of 2020.
I did.
Yeah. How was that semester? Before we talk about what happened after.
I didn't live on campus my freshman year.
Really?
I didn't.
And you still had dance going on?
So, dance was over Zoom. So
in 2019?
2020.
No, but you said fall of 2019.
No, I said fall of 2020.
Oh, did you? Oh, no, you did. Wait. Oh, so no, rewind that. Yeah, rewind that. High school, senior year. What happened? Yeah, tell me about that. I love hearing college stories. What was that like?
Like I said before, I didn't feel like I connect to people in my grade, so like I wasn't a huge fan of going to high school. So
yeah, I get that.
All of a sudden one day, like, it was just like cold turkey, like everyone's home. And I honestly, like, I didn't mind it. I'm a homebody. I like being home. So I didn't really mind not being at school, but it sucked, like, losing out on the prom.
Yeah.
And, like, the graduation.
So how did your high school break it to you at first? Were they like, oh, just go home for a couple of days?
Yeah, we're closed for 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yep.
2 weeks, and then it was indefinitely.
So when you heard indefinitely, what went through your mind as soon as you heard that?
I already brought my prom dress, and it's not refundable. That's what I thought.
Can you still wear it?
I mean, where would I wear a prom dress?
I mean, you never know.
Yeah, I wore it. Like, somebody had, like, a backyard prom, and I ended up wearing it.
Oh, okay. There you go.
But, I mean, I wasn't too sad about it. Like, it was at that time, like, everyone's going on family walks around the block. And
oh, that's nice.
Like,
yeah,
spending all their time outside. So, like, I was enjoying it, personally.
Yeah, what did you do? So, you sound like someone that took advantage of that time.
Yeah, it was hard because it was, like, right at the end of, like, the dance year, because we had our recital in June in high school, and we had to like finish out our dances but over Zoom, so it was kind of hard to like learn, and we didn't know what we were gonna do because we couldn't hold the recital like in a gymnasium or anything.
And would they have even like, I mean, you're obviously gonna say it, but like I wonder if they would have even let other schools normally be side by side and have something like that.
So, like, that was my biggest thing. I didn't care about school as much as I did dance because that was my senior year. And there's, like, a ritual everyone goes through, like, their senior year in dance. Like, they get a senior solo and, like, it's their rite of passage. And, like, I was heartbroken that I wasn't going to get that. But
the rite of passage.
Yeah. But my dance studio actually, like, did something really cool. And they made us record the dances, like, at an outside pavilion. And then they had a night at a drive-in. And they aired all of our dances.
That's pretty cool.
So it was kind of cool. Like, I got to watch my own recital, which was dope. Like,
yeah.
But we're sitting outside, like, socially distanced. So, like,
yeah.
It was really cool. So it wasn't like everyone else, but it was kind of unique. Like, nobody else got a drive-in, like, recital.
Yeah,
so,
no,
like,
that sounds pretty dope.
It was cool.
It's unique.
Yeah.
It's not like everyone else's. So when you go to a college and you want to go on the dance team, do you show them any footage from high school?
Yeah,
Or
so
do you
like
just show up and audition and just how does that
usually
work?
usually you show up and audition, but in my case, like I had to try out over video because it was COVID. So like
Is that awkward at all?
it was extremely awkward.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I was in like my dance studio reading off
Yeah.
this list of things that you had to send in, and then you also had to send in a video of you dancing like prior. So that like kind of sucked, but
Yeah. It's what it takes.
right.
It's what you got to do. So when you went to Central, did you tour anything? Like just like walk around campus or
So I actually
before
went
you
to the first accepted students day that year. I think it was in February,
Mhm.
and I'm glad I did because that was the only one that happened before COVID.
Yeah.
So I got to see like the school and everything.
Did you ever ask anybody that you're friends with now on campus that was there when it shut down what their experiences were like? Like, do you have a picture in your mind as to
Yeah,
what?
like I talked to my friends who did live on campus.
Yeah.
And like it kind of makes me feel sad, like and left out that I didn't live here my freshman year, but at the time, like that was the best decision for me.
No, it was definitely a good decision. Yeah, it was nuts. It was pandemonium on campus when the shutdown happened. Yeah, Toro, or I think it was Toro. Pretty confident it was Toro. Could be wrong. Someone sent an email pretty much saying like everyone needs to pack their shit and leave.
I heard that. I saw it on the
Like,
news. Everybody
as-
was sprinting
as-
out of the
Like
the
that's pretty
campus.
much I pretty much like sugarcoated yeah, or like
Yeah.
dissected what they pretty much said, but
Right.
it was nuts. People were screaming and running on campus. Like, what
I
are you
literally saw it
screaming?
on the news. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was wild, and I was so glad because I was home and I was watching it all on everyone's Snap stories. And the night before, I was at a play on campus, and I was on my phone. I mean, yeah, like I don't want to sound like an asshole. I was on my phone. Everyone's got to check their phone once in a while. I was
Yeah.
there for an assignment because I was taking acting one for gen ed, and I'm looking at my phone because my favorite basketball team was playing. And right before tip off, they shut the game down. I'm watching that on my
Really?
phone as everyone else around me is like
Damn.
watching this play, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I see breaking news like they shut down the NBA. So I'm looking around, everyone's chilling, and I'm like, oh my god, like one of the
Yeah.
biggest sports corporations in the
The
world.
world is about to shut down.
Like the world's about like what is happening, and yeah, I was freaking out that night before I left because that was in Maloney Hall, and I'm talking to people around me like, dude, like shit's about to hit the fan real quick. Like you guys need to go home, and yeah, the next morning it was just chaos, and then I started working at the rec. I think in the fall of 21. That's when we still had masks. I don't know if you remember that. Were you at the rec by then?
I don't think so. I think it was a semester after that.
Yeah, we were like the mask police. It was so ugly.
Oh wait, no, I was there.
Yeah.
'Cause I remember having to tell people to pull their masks up.
Were you an FA at the
No.
time? Always in the office?
No, I was always in club sports.
That's right.
It sucked trying to tell
Yeah.
like the athletes while they're playing a sport, like, hey,
Oh.
pull up your mask. That was awful.
Yeah, so yeah, just for the record, for anybody that's on campus and was around for those times, yeah, it wasn't anything personal. It's not like we want.
Oh yeah, I
it's not
felt
like-
bad.
It's not
I,
like
I wouldn't want to do that. I didn't want to
it's not
tell
like
them to
we
put their mask back
wanted
on.
to also, wear the masks or like tell you to pull it up. We're told that. We're told to do. It's how we get paid. Just, don't take it personal. If you're still holding grudges or Megan and Megan maybe told you to pull up your mask, don't take it personal. It's what we get paid to do or got paid to do. But yeah, what was going through your mind when you heard there was this whole new disease and the world is just going crazy and everyone's taking everything up from the grocery stores and
It was just absolutely insane.
yeah, it's
And,
like the
like,
next apocalypse or something.
In my mind, like I was scheduled to live on campus my freshman year. Like I never thought it would get that far. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I never thought it would interfere with my college experience.
Yeah,
But
for a good amount of time
right,
too.
like it kept getting closer and closer and
Yeah.
closer, and then finally, like when all my classes moved online, I'm like, well, I'm not living on campus and spending all that money when my classes are online.
Right.
So I stayed home, and I got 3 jobs, and I worked.
3 jobs?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I worked at Target, and then I worked at a preschool, and I was also a dance teacher.
Oh my gosh, you must have been exhausted.
I was busy, but like it helped me like save a lot of money for school.
Yeah,
And,
I'm sure
like
it did.
I was also doing Zoom practices for Central's dance
Yeah.
team.
So for someone who's commuted, and you've been in a dorm by now, right? I'm assuming. And now, do you have a house off campus?
Yeah.
So you've gone through all three. Yeah. If you were to rank them, how would you rank them?
It's tough because I feel like I haven't gotten, like, the real experience of the house yet because, like, school hasn't started.
Gotcha.
It's awesome so far, but I do think there are some things, like, I'm going to miss about being on campus. Like, I feel like you're just, like, in the action all the time. And, like, but I also, like, just being in my own space, like, having my own kitchen, like, it's so
that
nice.
must be nice.
It makes me, like, feel older and, like...
Didn't you ever get annoyed where it's like, oh, time for dinner, gotta go hike all the way over here just to...
100%. I would get so annoyed. But then I'm realizing now, like, I'm getting annoyed because I don't have food because I don't go grocery shopping.
Yeah, that's...
I'm like, oh, time for dinner, but I have nothing to eat.
Yeah, it's the wonderful perks of growing up. Gotta love it. But yeah, I feel like I've made a lot of connections on campus without actually living on campus. I know what you mean when you say, like, you're in the fight, like, you know what's going on, you see in the action. But does that ever get...
Old?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So old, so
the
quickly.
2 a.m. fire
Like, imagine
alarms.
going in the dining hall and you're just like, this is the one person I don't want to see here.
Every time, like,
I don't want to see you.
You just want to go
here.
in your sweats and you want to just eat and go, but, like, you're always running into someone.
And I feel like because everyone knows each other, it's like a village.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, how's it going? It's like, no, like, not today.
Right.
Just go over there, please.
But then, like, I just know, like, that's something I'm going to miss, like, when I am not doing it, I think. Occasionally.
Yeah?
Not all the
So
time.
the occasional disturbance?
Yeah.
That's funny. Do you have any personal expectations when it comes to this upcoming fall? And if you were to actually, real quick, rank these past years at Central, how would you rank them? Just top of the dome.
Man. I think I'd go... So only my 2 years on campus? Sophomore, junior year?
Or just in general. Like your time in college. Like, how would you rank
I don't know. Like,
each year?
I think sophomore year is pretty high up there for me. I got real stressed out last year during junior year. Just for, like, a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
I was a lot more carefree sophomore year, and I'm getting back to that.
So 2021?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting back there.
And what do you think specifically about that year made you so carefree?
I just think because everything was so new, and I didn't have as many responsibilities. Like, I had just gotten a job at the rec, but, like, it wasn't, like, as big of a deal as it is now. Like, I don't know. I was just experiencing college for the first time, and everything was fun. And I didn't really need to worry about what's next or, like, what I need to be preparing for. Did
you feel that you had any personal baggage in high school and college allowed you to totally reinvent yourself?
100%.
So do you think if someone or how do I explain this? So let's say, like, as soon as you touch down in college, you're like, nobody knows who I am. Was that kind of how it hit you? It's kind of how it hit me.
It did. 100%, because in high school, like, I tried to be what other people wanted. Like, I was very doubtful of myself, and when I came to school, I'm like, no, like, this is who I am. And I think that year of me being at home, like, helped me, like,
kind of recoup and
like, I'm gonna go
center
in
yourself
as this version of myself, and that's who I am.
What made you so doubtful? Or try and put on a face? Where does that come from?
I really don't know. I think I just, like, lacked a lot of confidence.
I think that just happens with everyone in high school.
Yeah.
A lot more people than you realize it. It just happens still. I think because you're always seeing the same people. Because college, like, you see a lot of the same faces, but it's so widespread. Versus high school, where it's, like, the constant.
Right.
I mean, I don't know how your high school is structured, but ours is, like, it's literally like a square.
Yeah.
Like a rectangle. Like, it's inevitable. Especially in your grade. Seeing all the same people constantly. And regardless if you like them or not, that gets old really quick.
It does.
Really quick. But yeah, how do you feel? So what steps do you think you took when it came to getting to become that version of yourself where you feel like you were like, wow, like, this is great? And how do you think you're going to get back to that? I know that's a really, like, a deep thought question, yeah.
I don't know, like, what I did. I just kind of, like, went with the flow. Like, I wasn't as hard on myself. Junior year, I pressured myself a lot. Like, you need to do this, you need to be this great. Like, which, like, I already was, but for some reason I was, like, putting that pressure on myself to keep doing it.
Do you think it was good pressure or bad pressure?
Bad pressure. I cracked. Like,
really?
Last year. I, like...
What does that mean to you?
I just, like, I wasn't myself I was down.
Really? Do you think anybody else would have been able to tell?
Maybe my roommate. But, like, outside, like, I wouldn't.
Put on a face?
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it?
Yeah.
What do you think of fake it till you make it? Do you think it works? Do you not like that? Like, do you think if you're
I
truly
think
going
it
through
works
it? Yeah?
in, like, a certain respect. But
You just did, so what would it be? Like, you're pretending, everything's fine, and then you go back home and you're like, oh my
Right.
God. That's kind of how it happened.
Right.
What would happen.
not like
Man.
100% of the time, but just way more than sophomore year.
Right. And how do you feel like you got over that?
I think I just, like, let a lot of things go that I was holding on to. Like, I just realized, like, it's not worth holding on to things, like, grudges or mistakes or,
Yeah.
like, you just, like, have to learn from it
Yeah, you do.
and move on. And I have, like, a lot coming up this year. I'm a little stressed about my schedule, but, like, I wanted to push myself because, like, I was put in these positions for a reason, and, like, I just want to, like, make people proud and, like, do what I'm supposed to do.
You seem very driven, self-driven. I don't even think it's
Okay.
external. I think you're just someone that lives in pressure.
Yeah.
You just seem like that's like what you give off,
Yeah.
which is good. Pressure creates diamonds. Last time I checked, that's what they say. But yeah, that's interesting, especially because like I think you're the first dancer I've had on here. I think
Gab?
so. Gab, but she wasn't
Yeah.
dancing at the time. No
Right.
offense, Gab. I love you. You're the best. But yeah, it's so funny. She make fun of me. But yeah. I wonder if how the brain of a dancer is normally compared to like the average person, because like you guys really just it's just perfection. It just has to be like everything has to be perfect. And what happens when things aren't perfect? Then that must hurt way different compared to someone like me.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like, do you think dance in a way can like create OCD?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you feel like you in any way has a little bit of like OCD in you?
Maybe a little.
Like when it like, do you see it ever like reflect on like homework or?
Oh, homework? Like
things?
schoolwork? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
You think so?
Yeah.
So when it comes to this year specifically, what are your personal expectations? Like, what are some things that you wanna accomplish this fall, just in general? Like,
I want to do what I need to do, like job, dance, like everything, but like not put that added pressure on myself. And like I've been doing it already at rec this summer, like working, like I'm doing my job, but I'm not making a big deal out of it. Like I'm not making it out to seem like, oh my God, I have to do this. Like I'm just getting it done. Same with dance. Like we have a lot to do, but it's like we'll get it done. Like, and it's gonna happen. Like
right. Yeah, I feel that. Something I struggled with, and I've learned it throughout college, and the rec has been great because I don't think people understand that the rec is such a special job. Like, it's not an ordinary job.
It's not.
When you were at Target, were you a cashier? Or what were you?
I worked in the style department, so I was like folding clothes and like putting stuff away.
So let's say you did that, then you have to do a whole nother thing, and like were your hands always full when you're working at Target?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to a place like the rec, everything's so well paced. It's not like you're working in the kitchen or a restaurant. You have to worry about a million other people. It's just you do you do whatever it is you have to do. You go at your own pace.
Yeah.
Understand that if it doesn't get done, there's always tomorrow.
Right. There's always.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
And I was someone who really struggled with leaving work at work. 'Cause now, like, here we are in this present moment. Like, yeah, I have work tomorrow. Are you working tomorrow?
No.
No. Well, I am. But, I'm not stressing about it.
Right.
I'm not, it's not like I came home from a long day at work and I'm like, I already have to go back in the morning. Like, it's just.
I guess that's what it
comes when it comes.
That's
just like
what
practice
I'm thinking about.
or.
Leaving it.
So, like, that dance, like, unless you have to, like.
Leaving practice at practice.
Leave practice at practice. Once you're home.
Right.
This is you time.
Mm-hmm.
They had their time. In a lot of. That's, I think, what the majority of everybody that lives in the U.S. struggles with. I remember seeing a video, and it was of a guy, and he's like, here I am on vacation and I forget where, but it was somewhere. It looked incredible. And he's like, here I am, and I'm already thinking about work next week. Gotta love the American dream. And it's like, yeah, that's why you really gotta do things that you truly want to do and love to do. And it sounds like that's what you're doing. You know, you're doing dance, so in a way you're living up to, I guess, like your personal thing, like what you enjoy doing, and then you're just kind of figuring it out as you go.
Yeah.
Like, would you say that you've had to do many things that you genuinely hated doing but stuck doing them at any point?
Dance. Like, dance, I
Really?
feel like you go through waves. It's either really good or really bad.
Yeah.
And, like,
how do you get out of the really bad spots?
it's just, you gotta wait it out. Like, I mean, it's like any other sport. You go through, like,
Yeah.
a dip and a hard time, but, like, you just push through it.
Resilience.
Right.
So, do you think that because dancers are so competitive that, and I don't want to go back to the ego thing, but it's like if I quit, like I'm just giving, I don't want to say other people satisfaction that they don't deserve, but it's I can't. I just can't. Like you just can't quit. Like what specifically with you doesn't let you quit?
I think of, like, my 3-year-old self. And, like, I've been doing this since I was 3 years old, and this is my last possible year that I could do this for sure. Like, if I gave up, like, 10 feet from the finish line, like,
whoa.
And I, like, looked back on that when I'm older, like, I'd kick myself. And I know that, like, people do it, like, and that's the best move for them. I just know me personally, like, if I didn't see it all the way through and I didn't finish off, like, I would disappoint myself.
Right. Are you religious at all? You don't got to get too deep. It's fine if you're not.
Not really.
Not really?
I mean...
Well, I saw a clip yesterday, and it's actually the guy whose book that I read, David Goggins, and he said the reason why I went onto this, like, life journey of, like, trying to get super in shape and everything, when I was 300 pounds, he goes, if I were to die, and let's say, like, I'm in, like, the line in heaven, he goes, and God, is, like, checking people's names off, and then he gets to my name, and then he goes, oh, like, you were a Navy SEAL, you did all these great things, and he's looking at that, he goes, you got the wrong guy, man, that's not me. He's like, that's what you were supposed to be. He's like, that's what I don't want to happen.
Right.
So for you, it's like, yeah, you don't want to be 40, and you're like, I should have finished that year. I respect that. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Not everyone can have that kind of grit. And especially the fact that you think back to when you were a kid. A lot of people don't get back in touch with their inner child. I think, that's something that's very healthy, by the way, to think about that. No, seriously. Because you got to think back, like, and we were talking about this a couple of days ago, when it comes to, like, Snapchat memories. Like, imagine if, like, the version of you that got her wisdom teeth out, just like me, like, she wouldn't have pictured you now where you are here.
Right.
And you're not the same person now that you were then.
Right.
And it's like, you got to keep it on for them. And it sounds kind of cliche and kind of corny, but, like, it's true.
Like, I wouldn't believe
like, it's
myself.
like that girl was, like, your little sister.
Yeah. In high school, I wouldn't believe who this person is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty damn cool, if you ask me.
It is cool.
Is there any things that when you're older that you want to hope to accomplish? Like, do you ever, like, hope to have, like, a family or anything? A mansion, dream house?
I don't really, like, set standards for myself. Like, I think whatever's going to happen, happens. Obviously, like, I want to live, like, the typical dream. Like, you know, have a house and have kids and have a family. But, like, whatever happens, as long as I'm happy, like, that's all I care about.
Where do you want to live? Where's the dream scenario to live? I'm sure you've thought about this.
I have, and I go back and forth because I'd love to live somewhere warm. Like, I love the state of Florida. I think it's so pretty, but I think I could live there for, like, maybe a year and then come back. Like, even though I'd love to live somewhere else, I don't see myself moving.
Are you the same person that's like, I don't see myself leaving Connecticut? Is that what you would say?
Right. Like, I would,
like,
as much as I would love to and I could dream about it, but, like, I don't see myself leaving.
I've been to New York City, way too busy. I don't
like the city. I would never live in a city.
I could never live there. And like you said, Florida just seems too good to be true.
Right.
It's like, I can't be here all the time.
Right. I wouldn't get anything done.
Yeah, you just...
Vacation mode all the time.
Yeah, I went to Naples, Florida about...
My grandma lives there.
Does she?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's like the dream spot to live when
Right.
you're older. It was way too good to be true. I'm like, this is night and day compared to Connecticut. But there's something about here. I don't know what it is. And I don't know why, but a lot of celebrities crap on Connecticut. I think because they say it's in between everything. So it's like you just want to get through to
Right.
get to somewhere else, which, hey, I'm not going to take offense to it, but there's something about here, or at least the East Coast, where it's so great to experience the seasons. 100%. I love that.
You can never experience seasons like outside of...
I don't understand people that enjoy or look forward to going to the beach on Christmas.
Yeah.
Give me the snow. Give me the hot chocolate experience. You know, you're someone that obviously likes football.
Mm-hmm.
You know, football weather. You know, you get the hoodie and the jersey over. Like, that's nice.
Yeah.
Not this T-shirt and shorts all the time. No way.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, but that's nice. What about, like, dream pets? Dogs? Cats? Fish?
I've always grown up with one dog. Like, I had a dog from when I was really little to, like, I was probably, like, 10, and then we got another one, and I still have him now. I can't imagine, like, having more than one, like, bigger animal. I mean, I have fish and stuff, but, like...
Shout out to the fish.
Shout out to
Freddie's fish. I know you're watching, Freddie. Shout out to your fish.
Yeah. But probably just a dog. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that's
My brother has cat, but I'm not really a cat person.
Yeah. Do you ever... And obviously, like, you don't... And nobody gets in deep thought constantly every day because you'd be like, you just stress yourself out. But what do you envision? Like, I know you said, like, just a happy version of yourself, but what are some possible paths that looks like for you? Like, when you were a kid, what did you always say you wanted to be?
If I'm being honest, like, I don't remember. Like, I don't have a vision of myself. I see myself, like, unfortunately, just living the typical lifestyle, like 9 to 5 in a cubicle and then coming home and making dinner. Like, as unfortunate as that is, because it scares me to death, like, that's just what I see myself doing.
Why?
Because it's normal, it's easy. Like, that sounds so bad to say, but, like...
That sounds depressing.
I know, but...
Someone that's a dancer and likes to show off and do their thing.
It's hard to break the norm. Like...
How so?
Like, that's just what's expected of you. Like, when you get out of college, to get a full-time job right away, and then you're working 9 to 5 to pay for somewhere you live, to pay for food, and then eventually to pay for children. Like, you're always working for something just to live. Like, I saw this thing where it's like you're working from 9 to 5 just to be able to, like, live from 6 to 9. Like, it's crazy. Like, you work like 350 days out of the year just to have, like, 2 weeks off.
I hate that.
Like,
makes me sick.
You're making all this money just to enjoy, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's so depressing. But who's to say, like, that you're on their time? You're on your time.
Right.
Who says you can't get that 9 to 5 and then eventually do whatever it is you want to do?
Yeah.
You ever thought about, like, starting your own business?
No.
Never?
No.
You could never fathom
that has not come to mind.
Like, nothing when it comes to, like, clothing or just anything? No?
No.
Like, if you were to be your own boss, what would you want to be your own boss of? Ever thought about that?
No.
No?
I'm trying to think.
What about, I mean, it could sound cringy, but, like, what about content creator? Like, when it comes to, like, TikTok? Like, even if it's, like, corny, like literally doing the smallest dances for, like, 2 seconds can literally...
I envy the people that do that.
You can get paid to make 10-second videos. I hope you understand that.
Some of these people, like, are set for life on making those videos, and, like,
who's to say
I think
you can't
it's
be one
super
of
cool,
them?
and I love watching them, but, like, I don't know if it's just a self-confidence thing or, like, I just, like, putting out videos like that doesn't seem like me.
Think about this, though. If you can get in front of a whole crowd of hundreds of people and dance, why can't you do it in front of your phone? I'm not even saying it has to be dancing. I'm just saying, like, just the aspect. Like, if you could do it in front of legit live people versus just your phone, like, I hope you realize you and I have had a very, like, good, stimulating conversation. There's no one else around. I mean, hello. But, like, no one else is watching. Like, no one else is here.
It's the fear of, like...
The fear of what? Judgment?
That share button. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I know we all feel it, like, something get like you see like one of your posts got shared, like you're like, oh, is somebody talking bad about me? Like,
Oh
da, da,
yeah,
da.
that's
Like,
right. Everyone
like
looks
in
at
person,
that.
like you
Huh?
don't get that kind of
Yeah.
thing, and like that seems like really insecure. But like I know everyone feels that way. Even
But
like posting, like
what
I
did you say
just
as a dancer? You have to kind of have like a I don't give a fuck type of mentality.
um yeah, kind of more like a just
Because you got to do
like it is
you.
what it is. Like,
Yeah,
and you just gotta
exactly.
ignore
It's what
everyone
it is.
else.
Who's to say you can't post and ghost? You just post it and don't look, and then on to the next whatever.
I could.
I'm just giving you. I talk about this with everybody because like, wouldn't it be so much more fun if like you can generally just do something you enjoy without
Yeah.
and still be successful without playing it safe?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't that be great?
Yeah.
And you're like your own boss,
It would.
or like your own whatever.
I guess that's the thing that scares me. Like I talked about, like maybe auditioning for like a NBA or an NFL team, but like
You gotta at least try it.
you could try, but I'd also have to have a 9 to 5 on top of that.
True. That is true because they don't get paid that much, right? However, you can make some insane connections. I bet if you were to
Probably.
do that, and then that's how you migrate from the norm to the like
You're right.
the more ideal world.
Yeah.
Like I said, like you don't have to stay in the 9 to 5 forever. It doesn't have to be for everything. You can use that to propel you to what it is you want to do because you're gonna be getting bank.
True.
So, yeah, that's interesting. But you can't give in. Don't do it. No, seriously, don't do that.
I'm like
That sounds so sad.
I know it sounds sad, but like I'm completely okay with living an average lifestyle.
Really? No, okay, average lifestyle is one thing. That's one thing. But in terms of like what you're doing for the rest of your life, that's a whole nother ballgame.
I feel like that's a pretty average lifestyle.
You think so?
Yeah.
But like what makes you okay with that? Just because it's safe? So,
Just because that's the way I grew up.
yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, well me too.
Like
but
my parents had a good 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
And came home and like that's just the way I had a very happy childhood. So I'm like,
so okay. If you're truly content with that, then I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna judge that.
I mean, I hope for better
saying,
things that come along.
Because you seem like someone that's like always strive to like want to find the next
Right.
best option.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like. I mean, maybe it
No,
is like
you're
the
right.
next best option, but it doesn't sound like the next. Because you said the happiest version of yourself, but like you said, you were happy as a kid. I don't
And if
know.
something like comes up, like I'll go for it.
Yeah.
But like when I think like right now, like I don't think about anything in specific.
So let's say, boom, you graduate. You have a grad party. Everyone's so happy for you. 6 months from now, you really think that all those same people that were happy for you in that very one moment are gonna like be like, Megan, like you have your degree now. Like you have to do this now. Like is that what you feel?
Yeah.
That's what you think's gonna happen.
Not like everyone, but
But like you think that people are just gonna like keep poking the bear to like
get a
you
job.
have to do something.
Yeah.
Really? What if have you ever entertained and it's so far down the line, have you ever entertained possibly like going for your masters or something?
Oh
to
yeah.
like play it safe? Well,
Yeah.
it is playing it safe, but in a way where it like buys you more time.
Yeah, I think of that in a way,
That's
but
what
I
I'm
also
doing.
think of like being practical, like a lot of jobs, if you get a job they'll pay for you to get your masters. So
Yeah,
like
that's
I
what
think
I'm,
about
that's what I'm
like
gonna try and
getting a good job and then like going back to school eventually.
do. It's smart. Especially if you don't truly know what you want to do.
Right.
It sounds like you and I are on the same boat.
Mhm.
Hopefully it leads to somewhere nice.
Hopefully.
That's the
will.
goal.
It
Hopefully
will.
it doesn't lead to a submarine trying to find the Titanic type of thing. That would be
Definitely would not catch me there. But
that would be brutal. It'd be very brutal. I was talking to one of our coworkers. I'll just say that. I was talking to one of our coworkers. Did you hear what's going on in Hawaii?
the fires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't watch the news. It was just randomly brought up to me. I'm like, how does everyone know about this, but I don't? That's nuts.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
So it's like we're talking about dreams and stuff. Meanwhile, the world is insane.
It is
it's crazy.
crazy. I feel bad.
I feel
But-
bad too. Never been to Hawaii though.
I have a couple years back.
Yeah. What was
we went
that
to
like?
Maui actually. It was really cool. It was crazy because we went to 2 different islands. We started in Maui. It's crazy to see how like chill like the vibes are. Like
Yeah.
everyone just does their own thing and like they work to like keep up their island. But then you go to, like, we went to Honolulu, we went to Waikiki Beach, and like it's city. Like,
really?
It's like, I wouldn't say as much as New York, but like
feel like
you're going right from city and then there's beach.
Yeah.
So it's like you're going from one island in the same state that's so calm and chill, like that's what you see in the movies, and then you go like to complete city.
That's wild.
It is crazy.
That is kind of interesting. What kind of food did you eat over there?
Like American. I was surprised at like how much like stuff they had over there.
Yeah.
Especially in like Waikiki, like it was like they had a bunch of chain stuff.
Have you ever seen the movie 50 First Dates?
No, I haven't. But
You've
my
never
parents
seen that
always
movie?
tell me to watch it. It was actually crazy because we went to this place in Maui. I think it was like these big mountains, and they showed you on the wall all the movies that have been filmed there. Like Jurassic Park was there.
Oh, that's cool.
Like all like the music videos that were filmed there, and like 50 First Dates. Like they said, like it was filmed there.
You would love that movie. Yeah, I might need to watch that movie this week. If you have time, it's so funny. Such a funny movie. Yeah, as soon as you said that, that's what I thought of. Yeah, I love Adam Sandler movies. They're great. They're fantastic.
Yeah, he's great.
I told you I was going to ask you 3 questions at the very beginning.
Yeah.
You don't need to know all of them off the bat. But if you think you're ready to answer them, I can't ask them.
All right. Go ahead, shoot.
Favorite album and or album recommendation to anybody that is still hopefully listening or watching?
I have to say, like, I know this is very controversial, but I'm a huge Taylor Swift fan. And right now, like, her Folklore album is, like, hitting right now.
So what's controversial? The album recommendation?
No,
or just
I
Taylor
just think
Swift
Taylor
herself?
Swift in general. Like, I feel like you either love her or you hate her. Like, there's no in between.
I wouldn't say. No, I think I'm in between on that. I don't
Really?
hate her, but I don't love her either. I love music.
Yeah.
I'm a huge music fan. But yeah, no, she is that. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about that. Yeah, I've been looking at the comments on some of posts that she dropped a new album or this or that. Yeah, no, people will like go in on her.
Oh yeah.
And then people, if I was to be a celebrity, no disrespect to her, I would not want to be her because I bet she has some crazy stands out there.
Oh yeah.
Like, there's no way she could walk down the street without security watching her or
100%.
something. That's...
But, like, she's just, like,
yeah.
You have to respect what she's doing. Like, she's,
for
like,
sure.
been top of the game, like, for so long.
Yeah.
And, like, you could hate her. Like, you don't, like, have to like her music, but, like, she's very successful.
So, you and I talked about this a little bit ago about Beyonce.
Mm-hmm.
But do you feel like someone like Taylor Swift is genuinely relatable, or do you think that she puts on an act?
I do think she's genuinely relatable. At least that's the vibe I get through her music.
Yeah.
Like, she's done everything. Like, if you think about it, she's done country, which I'm not a fan of country, but she's done the pop era. She's done, like, sadder music, and, like, you almost, like, went through her whole, like, timeline of her life with her, and, like, that's so relatable to me. Like, I think it's cool, because she has, like, an era for, like, everything that you're feeling.
Do you think she's the best artist in our lifetime?
That's a bold statement. I wouldn't say that. I say she's up there, like she's one of the best. But I wouldn't like claim as one person as the best.
That's a good answer. Who do you think's better, her or The Weeknd?
That's tough because that's like my top 2. That's like my top 2.
Yeah.
2 best concerts I've ever seen.
I'm gonna have to throw up a poll. Who's better, The Weeknd or Taylor Swift?
They're both so different.
That poll would go crazy. They are different, but that's what you do.
Yeah.
You compare. That's what we do in this society, Megan. We compare. We compare people.
We do.
Just like dancers compare themselves to other dancers. Favorite movie or show, or both. Okay. Feel free to throw them out there. And if I haven't heard
all-time favorite movie is Forrest Gump.
Oh, I think that may be the first Forrest Gump shout here. What a shout. That's a great movie. I've seen it like a billion times.
Yeah.
That's such a great movie. If you have not seen Forrest Gump, you need to watch Forrest Gump.
I think my top 3 is Forrest Gump.
Top 3?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is at 2.
I have not seen that movie.
You have to watch it. It's a classic.
I saw a tweet and it said, comment a movie that everyone's seen but you. That's the one movie. I've been procrastinating.
And then Titanic.
Just saw that a couple weeks ago. Another great classic.
It's good.
That's a good top 3. What about Ferris Bueller's Day Off makes it so
It's
so
just
great?
like...
Is it because it's nostalgic?
It's like dry humor and it's funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's nostalgic. I don't know. It's a good movie.
Bueller?
Yeah.
Bueller? Yeah. What about shows? You definitely have shows, too.
My thing with shows is, like, it's hard for me to watch a new show. Like, I just like rewatching the same shows over and over again.
Have you ever seen One Tree Hill?
No.
Oh, you seem like someone that's seen it. Just thought I'd ask. But what shows have you kept rewatching?
Full House.
Okay, that's a good one.
I like Outer Banks. That one's cool.
Was it the show with Big John?
Yeah.
Or John B?
I'm not as much as like a TV person. I am like movies.
Cinema.
I'd rather watch a movie than I would a TV show.
Yeah. That's a good top 3. Do you remember the first time you ever saw Forrest Gump?
Yes, I do.
Really?
It was in history class in high school because they showed it to us because like the war and everything.
Yeah.
And
that must have hit
it
different.
did. Like, I'm sitting in class
To
like,
watch that as a
absolutely amused
as a teenager is no, but I've seen that since I was like 7. Such a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a favorite part in the movie or like a favorite quote? It's okay if you don't.
You know, the box of chocolates one.
Oh, of course.
Life is like box
That's
of chocolates.
Oh yeah,
It's
that's
typical,
easy.
but
yeah, it is.
you know.
Yeah, that was a great freaking movie. I might need to rewatch that one. Yeah, it's been a minute. Yeah, I might need to send you some movie recommendations.
Yeah, go for it.
You got good taste. That's legit. That's the first 4. I'm not even kidding. I could be wrong, but I think that's the first Forrest Gump shout. But that's what's up.
That's good.
Last but not least.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay if you don't know.
Okay. No, go ahead.
Some words of advice or encouragement to anybody out there listening. Or, I've never had this yet, some words for your future self.
Okay.
If you were to go back and for some reason throw this out there, what was I doing when I was back in college? Oh, I remember.
I feel like this could be words of advice and also like to my future self, like it's okay to like mess up and go through the lows, because like what I've learned so far is it only brings you to the highs. Like, you have to go through the lows. It's okay to like lose yourself. Like, you're gonna find your way back, and like just like be proud of like everything that you have accomplished. Like, don't think about the negatives, like always think about the positives.
That wasn't so bad. That was great.
Yeah,
that was
pretty
fantastic.
good.
That was fantastic. What?
Cool.
The lows will bring you to the highs. Wow. I might need to write that on a sticky. I'm not even kidding.
No, I didn't.
That might be
no.
going up on the wall in my bathroom. That was great. Seriously, good for you. Megan, this was great.
Thank you.
I feel like, or at least I hope, that in some sort of way that this will somehow lead you to a better place. Mm-hmm. Somehow.
Yeah,
even if it's in a small way. And I just want to make sure that whether it's you or anybody that comes on here gets their flowers and at least some sort of recognition or attention, even if it's small, to know that you at least had a moment where you got to share some peace and just kind of reflect and just speak your mind. Yeah. But this was great.
It was great.
Yeah,
Thank
this
you.
is awesome.
Thank you for having me on.
Anytime. Yeah, this was awesome. For those listening and watching, I really appreciate everyone. Semester's almost here. Mm-hmm. Right around the corner. Better register for classes. If you haven't, that's a little unfortunate. Might not be going to Central then. Nah, but I appreciate everyone listening and watching. You guys are the best. Ciao for now. Peace.